What's going on, Buff Nation? It's that time of the week once again. James Hadnot here with this week's Buff Beat, and we start with West Texas A&M football. Sadly, the wagon wheel is not in possession of the Buffs as WT was shut out 28-0 to Eastern New Mexico last weekend. Now, as the Buffs travel to take on Texas A&M Commerce, the reigning D2 national champions, Coach Hunter Hughes looks to embrace the challenge.
Coach, you continue your undefeated season here at home. Early in the first half, it was really grinded out, but you all were able to push it out going forward.
I thought we started the second half a lot better, more the aggressors.
We're here inside the First United Bank Center. James Hadnot with the player of the game. Agtown stand up.
Yeah, you already know.
Arlington, Texas native Brandon Hall had 24 points, a season high in this game. And what were you seeing on the court here today? Hello, family. I want to welcome you back inside the First United Bank Center as St. Edwards has traveled here to Canyon, Texas to take on the #1 overall seed in the South Central region, West Texas A&M, for a chance to go to Evansville, Indiana in the Elite Eight. James Hadnot here with you, Angelo Pontello with me. And Angelo, as we said it in prior portions of this broadcast, both teams like to shoot the basketball. And I talked to the meteorologist earlier today. He said there's going to be a 3-storm in full effect. The date is October 16, 2018. The venue, the field house on the campus of West Texas A&M University, and the teams in this Lone Star Conference matchup. The Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M taking on Eastern New Mexico, and the Lady Greyhounds in the longest standing rivalry in the history of WT volleyball. Hello, everyone. James Hadnot here with you in the field house, more affectionately known as the box, as in this Lone Star Conference matchup, West Texas A&M taking on Eastern New Mexico in a game in which WT lost to ENMU earlier in this season in a 5-set thriller. What's going on, Buff Nation? James Hadnot here in sunny, beautiful Las Vegas for the final Buff Beat of 2018 as we wrap up West Texas A&M men's basketball. WT took part in the Las Vegas Hoopla tournament and took on Washburn and Pittsburgh State.
We kind of talked about going into the halftime break, how they were shooting a lot of threes, but what allowed y'all to pull it out?
You know, we changed our defense a little bit in the second half, which I thought helped us a little bit. I would like to say we made a lot of free throws to close it out, but we actually missed quite a few at the end. But just keeping a little bit of composure, finishing out. We had the lead. We never gave up that lead. You know, I don't love the flow of the game, but I do love that we got the win, and it's hard to get wins in the Lone Star Conference. So we'll take it, we'll get better from it, and move on.
And what was so difficult about the flow of the game that you didn't like?
They have the ability to score well from the perimeter. So at times they had 5 guards out on the court. You know, it's a little mismatch. It was a mismatch for them on the defensive end and mismatch for us on the defensive end as well. So we'll get better from it. They're a unique and special team, and they have the ability to score the ball well. They'll do well in the Lone Star. But we got a quick turnaround. We got Midwestern State here on Saturday, so we'll get ready for them.
Not going to ask you anything about MSU Texas. I know you want to get in and talk to your team about the win. But one last thing, again, Lexi Hightower, who's been a big player for you, who's going to continue to be a big player for you. What can you say about her performance tonight with the 17 points?
You know, she really stepped up. We kind of saw it in the second quarter before she got that second foul. But in the second half, she made some big buckets for us, and she's our staple. I mean, our offense is run through her. That's a no-brainer from our end. And then I thought she rebounded the ball well, got in there, defended pretty well tonight too. So just brought everything to the table, and that's what we need from a player like Lexi.
Well, Lexi Hightower, career high 7 rebounds. I don't know if you said you didn't know any stats. That's a stat for you. Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Back up to you, Angelo.
We're back here inside the First United Bank Center. James Hadnot with James Pennington, the high-flying man himself. And James, I always like to ask the question for those that are up there dunking the basketball. How does it feel in the air?
It's pretty much just slow motion. Like, if you get a clear takeoff and you just in the air, you know nobody can block it. It's just pretty much just waiting for the crowd to go wild.
And so to get a chance to get a couple dunks here in this game and then also coming in off the bench, how did you affect the game, in your opinion, here today?
Pretty much just try to bring energy by doing what I do, like pretty much dunking, and just letting my teammates find me by running the floor.
And I told Angelo the story about this summer, how you had to dribble the medicine balls for 10, 15 minutes at a time. How did all that work in the summer help you in these type of moments?
That's just a big shout out to my Uncle Algie. He just put me through a lot of workouts and just call it hell. And we work out 3 times a day, and pretty much it just built my confidence up to get here.
Hello, everyone. James Hadnot here with you for this broadcast of West Texas A&M basketball on the West Texas Sport Network. Thank you for being with us. WT, again, starting well, not only in the season, but here at home. 4-0 are the Buffs as they continue to have strong games here at the First United Bank Center. And for Cameron, they come in at 2-4 on the season, have lost a couple games on the road. Their largest loss of the season was at Southwestern Oklahoma last time out. And so a team that's coming in wanting to make some noise in the Lone Star Conference once again this season, as they struggled last season, had a losing record, but wanting to rewrite the wrongs from 2017, 2018. And as we look back to West Texas A&M, they have a big man on their team that is very, very good. And as we now look at our key player for the game, he goes by the name of Ryan Quaid. And Ryan Quaid does a lot of great things for West Texas A&M right there coming at you into your screen, the big-time boom. And you think about all the different things Quaid does well. He runs the floor very well. He also can get it to you on the block, shows his elusiveness right here all the way to the basket. And then once again, a pass from David Chalvick. That's last year in that Lone Star Conference win at Tarleton State. But let's see what he has added to his game coming into this season. Right here, a pass out, stop it. JoJo Murray, and you don't see Ryan Quaid. Why is that? Well, because he's spotting up at the three-point line. Bang, right there. Can put the ball in now from long range. And when you add that to your game, it makes you even more of a scorer. Coming into this season, he was a second-team All-American right here. Similar play. Brendan Fowler, this is the LCU game. He is not in the picture because Ryan Quaid is out at the three-point line, spotted up. And when you can spot up like Ryan Quaid can, it really adds to your game. And Ryan Quaid coming into today, averaging 14 points a game. That's ninth in the Lone Star Conference. Does extremely well for WT as they really play by commission this year. Have a couple players in Quay Grant as well as JoJo Murray who averaged double figures, both of them freshmen. So you have the senior on one end getting it done and the freshman on the other end, all looking to get it done here for West Texas A&M in this game against Cameron. We'll have the tip. Along with me will be Angelo Pontello for the broadcast upcoming on the West Texas Sport Network. Drops it off to Lopez, almost a steal, and it is. Hall, too fast for his own good, finds a way to come to a complete stop. Now Grant. Good bounce pass to Geddes, and he lays it in. Derek Geddes with 3 points here as he averages just 3 points. Timeout, St. Edwards, as we're all tied up at 26. So the fans applaud the great play from the first-year player from Houston, Texas as well. And Derek Geddes, off the good pass from Quay Grant, has tied things up.
You know, one thing we had a chance to talk to Coach Brown about earlier this week is the capability of his Buff squad. It doesn't matter who it is. You can expect somebody to step up in certain moments in time, which is a very big attribute to have from a team. Whether it's Quay Grant, who we were talking about earlier, whether you call it JoJo Murray, Gotch, Ryan Quaid, there is no one specific player that carries the team on his back. These guys are selfless. These guys pass the ball around a whole lot, and they work together as a team, and we're seeing it here tonight.
Lopez terminates his dribble, but now August Haas has a chance out front. That's an offensive foul going on Lucas Doria, as Doria was moving, and West Texas A&M retains possession. As we talk about how close this game has been, no team has led by more than double figures, as Jordan Collins once again in and out on the three-point attempt. Haas enters the lane, and a foul going on West Texas A&M.
You know, August Haas, that's not the first time where it looked like he was carrying the ball a little bit. Probably looked like he might be getting away with an extra step or two, and that's probably why this crowd is getting a little fired up here. But nevertheless, you got to be careful about your footing as well when you get to the basket. You already got 19 fouls. The last thing you want to do if you're the Hilltoppers is put the Buffs in double bonus.
Quay Grant now with his second personal foul, team 7th. August Haas, the man at the free throw line, shoots it at 65%. Second free throw falls. West Texas A&M still struggling from the field as they're one of their last 7. St. Ed's on the same wavelength as they're 1 of 7 from the field as well. So after a hot start, things have cooled down for both teams. Brandon Hall currently on top, out to Quay Grant in the corner. Good bounce pass down low, and that's a foul on Lucas Doria. So Ryan Quaid now to the free throw line for West Texas A&M. Doria now has 2 fouls, the starting center for St. Ed's.
Back-to-back fouls on the redshirt junior is not going to get you any further, and just like that, Buffs are now in the double bonus for the rest of this half, something West Texas A&M is going to take advantage of.
Ryan Quaid knocks down the first free throw. Both of these teams shoot an immense amount of free throws, as West Texas A&M is 8th in the nation in free throws made, and St. Edwards is 16th in the nation in that same category. So both of these teams get to the line at will. Ryan Quaid trying to go 2 for 2. Does. WT takes the lead 28-27 here with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Haas being guarded well by JoJo Murray. Now to Garza, takes the free throw line jumper, misses. Hall up there for the rebound. Brandon Hall always with his eyes up. Out to Gotch, takes a long 3, and it's good. Gotch with his second 3 of the game, and the fans rising in volume for West Texas A&M.
And now the crowd starting to get into it a little bit. St. Ed's is not used to a crowd beyond 2,500 people, something they're going to have to play through.
August Haas misses the little lefty jumper. Now Grant spins in the lane, the offhand, and oh my goodness. Quay Grant almost put in an SC top 10 type of play, but he's off to the charity stripe looking for 2 free throws.
He has been an absolute sensation for the Buffs already, and Quay Grant now has a chance to add 2 more onto the score.
First free throw for Quay Grant is water, as Grant now tied for the team lead with 7 points on the day.
And now, of course, Ashton Spears checks back into this game as well, who got 2 earlier fouls. Andre Cook trying to add some defensive specialists here.
And Spears gonna have to be careful with those 2 personal fouls. He leads this team in scoring. Cook rolling the dice. But with his team now down 6, doesn't want this game to get out of hand. And now Quay Grant is charged with his second foul, and he might be done for the rest of this first half. So with that, we're going to take a break. West Texas A&M with its largest lead, standing at 6. Under 4 timeout. More basketball on the way in the South Central region.
Friendships, when they start young, tend to stand the test of time.
10 years. Dang. It has been 10 years. 10 years, yes.
Megan Gamble and Dalia Harris met through mutual friends at a young age in Omaha, Nebraska, and even played on the same AAU team in middle school. Gamble and Harris went to rival high schools, but were never rivals themselves.
Like when we played each other, we would always like talk to each other like during the game.
Yeah, it wasn't like super competitive.
Yeah, no, we'd be at the free throw line and I'd like be talking to Megan.
The two became very close going into their senior year of high school and share many unforgettable moments. This one from last year's Christmas.
So I opened my gift and it said, it was an earwax cleaning kit. And how it looked on the box, it was like a hat you put on and you sleep in it and you put these things in your ear and it's supposed to like drain your ear at night and it turns into a candle. So it like the wax like melts down and it like stacks up into a candle. And I was very, very upset. I was so mad.
Those moments off the court have bonded the two together, and their combined chemistry and charisma helped the two when they transferred to WT last year.
I think that we complement each other. I think we kind of play different, but this, like, I don't know, we just play well together, and I think that the last 2 years. Like this year, we're playing better together than we did last year. And
Us coming in last year, it made it a little easier just because, like, yeah, we were, like, both transfers, but we already knew how each other played. So, like, we knew they messed up when they put us on, like, the same team in open gyms and stuff. We were like, oh, yeah, like, because they don't know. Like, I know when Megan's going to do this, and she knows when I'm going to do this.
Both are fiery competitors on the court, but this is how they described each other off the court.
she has her times when she can be sweet. She has her times when she can be sassy.
She's actually very emotional. She's sensitive.
She lying for real.
She's actually very sensitive, I swear.
Lying.
She's sensitive.
Listen.
She might not actually cry, but she's actually very sensitive. Stuff like bothers her.
Cry.
Stuff bothers her though. She be in her chest.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Don't be in my chest.
You mean?
Together, the two are constant giggles, but something that is slightly emotional is the fact that this is the final season these two will play together. Rather than think about the end, both want to cherish the time they have left.
And not trying to think of the end as much, but know that it's coming and just try to spend as much time together as we can and just cherish these moments that we have because we're never going to get them again.
We just keep going back to all the little time that we've been having. We've never actually went to school together, but I don't know. Coming to school here with Megan was one of the best decisions I've made.
When asked if there was anything left to say, the two responded in comedic fashion, as you'd expect.
Did you shower last night?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I showered. God, are you serious? Did you brush your teeth this morning?
Yes.
Right before you came here or no?
James Hadnot, WT Athletics.
I think we're good.